Hey guys, welcome. My name's Asia if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and wear test of the Bare Minerals BarePRO Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. And right now it has 5 stars on Sephora. Product claims that it is a full coverage foundation, a skin-loving 24-hour breathable full coverage natural matte liquid foundation available in 30 true color shades. Says the skin-loving high-performance formula blurs pores and imperfections while improving your skin's condition, all with a soft focus natural matte finish. With up to 24-hour wear in a range of 30 true to you shades, it works and plays as hard as you do. Just one pump delivers lightweight, oil-free, photo-friendly full coverage. You guys will see if those claims hold up, so stay tuned. All right, so this is the Bare Minerals BarePRO Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. It is 12 o'clock when I'm starting to film this video. I have this in shade Natural 11, which is described for light to medium skin with cool to neutral undertones. We'll see. I was trying to find one that was light with just neutral undertones. I'm not too pinky, so I prefer a neutral base. I will be doing half my face with a brush and half with a beauty blender just to see which one I prefer better. Because this is a long wear foundation, well, it's claiming to be a long wear foundation and also that it's a natural matte formula. I'm not going to be using a primer. I want to see how this holds up. I have combo oily skin. If you're new here and you don't know that, I get really oily in my T-zone and foundations tend to break apart really easily around my nose, especially around my nose. Right here it gets really, really bad. Foundation usually doesn't stick there for very long. So that's just a little bit, I will link all the information down below if you guys are interested, but let's get started. So foundation, if you pull on this lid very hard, it's kind of really stuck on there. There is a pump top on it, and I'm just gonna apply, maybe open it. I'm gonna apply that to the back of a Bath & Body Works candle lid. It is pretty watery. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it was a little hard getting it out at first, so I did about a pump and a half. As you can tell, I have a lot of discoloration, sun damage, all that good stuff. I do have a few breakouts. It's a little bit of a smell, but not strong at all. The color seems to be pretty good. See if it oxidizes. It does look like it's getting a smidge darker, but not bad. I'm really liking the way that's sitting on my skin so far with the brush. It's a little powdery around my pores. And I don't think it looks like a matte finish. Maybe it'll dry down a little bit more, but it does say a natural matte finish, it doesn't claim to be like a full matte, so I'm okay with that. I prefer it to not be like powdery matte. I don't particularly like those. All right, so that is one light layer. It looks very skin-like. It doesn't look heavy at all. It is kind of pooling a little bit in my pores. Let's see what we get with the beauty blender. And I did use most of that, so I'm going to go ahead and put one more pump on there. And I did this a few weeks ago. I like to load it up on my beauty blender and then put it on my face. I know technically that wastes more product because you're absorbing more into the sponge, but I just like the way it goes on better. With most foundations, I should say. Really, really liking the way that's sitting on the skin. I do think I prefer this better with a sponge. I like the way it's sitting around my pores a lot better with the sponge. If you didn't have large pores though, I think a brush would be just great. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. It really honestly to me looks a lot like skin, but see how around my pores they're just kind of a little bit more speckled, like the product's sitting in there and not really helping to blur them. But on this side, the product's kind of just glided over the top of them, so it helps to kind of hide them a little bit more. But this is just one layer right now. So you still see, like I've got my acne, my little raised acne bumps poking through. I think one layer gives you really good evening out your skin tone. And if you want to keep that more natural look, but have, I would say one layer is a good medium coverage. And it is a little damp still, but not tacky. I'm gonna add a little bit more on this side where I have a lot of the hyperpigmentation and see if we can build it up a little bit. Yeah, that definitely builds up to a really nice full coverage, but it doesn't look heavy, and it doesn't feel heavy. Like, it feels really lightweight. It looks pretty good around my nose right now, but we will see how that holds up, because like I said, that's a really difficult area for me. All right, and like I said, I did not use a primer or anything like that today. I want to see how it holds up. I will go finish putting on the rest of my makeup, and I will let you know how it applied over the top of it. I'll be right back. If I didn't already mention it, eyes are subculture, and I will link the video down below of this look that I created. I will also link the video that I did telling my thoughts and opinions on the palette, if you guys are interested. Yeah, so I didn't set this. I want to see how it's going to wear throughout the day. I will check in a couple hours. It is 12:34 now. I applied the foundation at 12, so we will call check-in 12. I think that's it. Everything went on really, really easy. It dried down. It doesn't feel tacky at all. The only place I set was underneath my under eyes after I applied my concealer. I didn't apply concealer anywhere else on my face, just under my eyes. And I think that's it. If I haven't mentioned it, I have combo oily skin. Really impressed with it so far. I really, really like the way it's sitting on my skin. I really like, I just really like it. I don't really have any complaints. It does look a little bit cakey around my pores right here, but that could just, but it's only on this side. And that's the side that I did the brush first and then the Beauty Blender. This side, it doesn't look cakey around my pores at all. So, it doesn't seem to be transferring or anything like that right now. But we'll see. I do get pretty oily. Stay tuned. I'm gonna stop rambling. Hey guys, so it is 4:15 right now. I thought I would just film a check-in. It is doing this foundation's doing a really good job at controlling my oil. I haven't set it at all, and I have not touched it up at all. But I will say, let me zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I do find on this side of my face where I had done the brush first and then the Beauty Blender over, it does seem very heavy right in here. It is kind of barely creasing in my smile line, but not bad at all. It's still holding up really good around my nose, so I'm impressed with that. It's breaking apart a little bit on my chin. My chin and my nose are probably my most problematic, but not bad at all. I will say though, it has oxidized. I hope that it picks up on camera, because in the viewfinder it looks like it's okay, but I'm telling you in person it is much pinker than it was when I put it on. So it's not so, it's just really, it's about a half a shade too dark for me and about a half a shade too pink for me now. And I'm pretty tan, so that sucks. It does feel like it looks very heavy on this one side. Again, this side not so much. And I did do 2 layers, so with 1 layer I might not have that issue, and I haven't set it at all. So if you were to set this foundation, I think it might look pretty cakey. I'll be back. We'll check in and see if I'm still holding up good by the end of the day. But yeah, it's been 4 hours and I'm really impressed with how it's wearing so far. Okay guys, it is 8:15 right now, so the foundation's been on for a full 8 hours. I have worn it all day, been outside. It's 108 degrees outside. I did a 30-minute exercise, hence the workout clothes that I just finished. So I am a little shiny, but considering those factors, I really like this foundation. I will say, let me zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I would say by the end of the day though, my pores look the same. Like neither side really looks different at the end of the day, but this side does look heavier, if that makes sense. It is creasing a little bit here and a little bit around my nose is kind of going into my pore area, but it hasn't really broken apart. My chin is completely wiped off, but I was editing today, so I was doing a lot of this. So, you know, that's how that goes. I'm not gonna fault the foundation for me putting my hands on my face. And my forehead wrinkle, nice and creased, but not bad. I mean, it's there. What are you gonna do? It's a wrinkle. I mean. But overall, so this right now has 5 stars, and I can definitely see why it has the 4 stars. 5 stars. I would give it 4 stars. Only because it does oxidize, and I really hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but it's a lot pinker than it was when I first put it on. I would say honestly it's about a full shade darker than when I put it on. So that's really the only, I don't even know if I would give it 4 stars for that, because it is a high SPF foundation and a lot of it has to do with your skin type, so I still feel like 4 stars is a really good review. But oily skin, long wearing, definitely. Pore blurring, no. If you are somebody who doesn't have super large pores, I highly recommend this foundation, because the areas where I don't have large pores, this looks like skin. It just looks like healthy, glowing skin. It looks so nice. My pores are just like the bane of my existence, so that's all I look at anyway. It's my own personal irritation. But yeah, I think it held up really nice, especially for 8 hours in this Northern California heat and exercising, like I said. So I'm really glad I gave this a try. I will be taking it back, but only to exchange it for a different shade. I need something with more of a yellow undertone. This one, on top of oxidizing, is just a little too pink for me. So if you were to get this and you're somebody who foundations tend to oxidize on, I would recommend going at least a half a shade lighter, because it did oxidize on me. I really hope that's picking up, but anyway, I hope this helped, and I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And remember to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I'm off to wash my face and get to bed. Have a good night. Bye-bye.